And one question on photo ops. Did President Obama really mean it when he said, "I have no interest in photo ops"?
His view is that solving problems is most important. And solving problems is what somebody who's exhibiting leadership is focused on. And that's what the president was doing when he was in Dallas on Wednesday. It's also what the president has been doing over the last several weeks. He has made the decision to shift resources from the interior to the border. He has put forward this specific line item request for resources from Congress that could address this urgent problem. He sought greater authority for the Secretary of Homeland Security to repatriate those individuals that don't have a legal basis for remaining in the country. He sought greater authority from Congress to crack down on the human trafficking networks that are fomenting so much of this problem. These are concrete steps the president has taken. They may not make for attractive pictures, but they are concrete steps that are critical to addressing this issue. I think this stands in pretty stark contrast to the approach that's taken by some folks on the other side of this debate. What we see on the other side are individuals that are so concerned about photo ops that they're not really paying attention to any solutions. They're certainly not contributing to them. How many Republicans have we seen go on cable television and profess their commitment to increasing border security? I would humbly suggest to them that being photographed talking about strengthening border security is a lot less important than actually placing a vote on a piece of legislation that would do exactly that. And I think that's the point the president was making.
But he's not pained about every photo op that he does, right?
Well, I think if he did, it'd disappoint a lot of people in this room who are pretty interested in capturing the president.
Well, aren't photo ops the lifeblood of presidential public relations?
Well, there's no doubt that a presidential appearance somewhere sends a very important message about the president's priorities. In some cases, it sends a very important message about the country's priorities. The best example, I was thinking about this a little earlier today, the best example I could think of was it was about a month ago that the president traveled to Warsaw, Poland. And he got off the plane, and the first thing he did was he walked over to an adjacent airplane hangar where there were 2 American F-16s parked in front of television cameras. And the president stood in front of those 2 airplanes alongside some military and Polish military personnel and alongside the leader of Poland and articulated this administration's and this country's commitment to the Article 5 mutual defense aspect of the NATO treaty. That is clearly a photo op, but it is part of solving a problem. It sends a very clear message to the people of Poland, to our NATO allies, and to Russia about what our intentions actually are. So, again, the point that the president was making on Wednesday is that this is about priorities. And when you prioritize photo ops ahead of solutions to actual problems, you're not really accomplishing very much. But when you are focused on problems and occasionally using photo ops to confront these problems, that's what real leadership is all about.